Diva Dialogue, a talk show where we cover topics about healing from addiction to getting rid of your zits. If feeling passionate about something we're talking about, give us a call on our call-in number, 989-402-5414, so you can talk with our coach, Deb, who's been coaching for 6 years. Without further ado, here's our host, Deb. Thanks for listening to the Diva Dialogue with us today. We just wanted to let you know that our coach, Deb, who's been coaching for 6 years, is available for many other services. She's available for speaking engagements, on-site workshops, and even doing private and group coaching.
Wow, that was a really good show, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it. So here it is. I'm kind of in holiday mode. It's Thanksgiving Eve, and I can almost smell the turkey. I love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving because all it is about, there's no presents, there's just presents. And we get to eat and visit and have a very, very good time and cook in the kitchen together, which is one of my favorite things to do with my family. And it's just fun. So that is why. So here we are, the Thanksgiving Eve, and I can almost smell the turkey. I'm going to delete that first part of that show. So we have a lot of things to talk about today, and I'm very grateful for our guest today spending some time with us out of her busy schedule. Welcome to Diva Dialogue, XTina.
Hey, Glenn, babe.
How's it going?
Oh, my gosh, amazing. Loving this fall weather. Oh, my goodness.
So where are you right now?
We are just outside Atlanta, Georgia. Can you hear? I'm outside, and I have, leaves crunching under my feet as I step out. Oh, love it.
It's pretty nice right here in Michigan, too, which is where you are originally from.
Absolutely.
And it's sunny, but I bet it's a lot warmer there than it is here.
You know, I haven't checked the temps. They're starting to drop, but I tell you what, I'm so looking forward to coming back to Michigan in the middle of the winter. No, cannot wait.
I ran into Melissa over the weekend at the expo that we did, and she's real excited about having you back in Frankenmuth, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'd really like you to introduce yourself and tell us what you do and why you do it, please.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of your show today. I love other women who are just putting out a message of encouragement, positivity, inspiration, uplifting, and talking about real stuff. So thank you so much for just inviting me on your show. I found out about your show, and I found out about the work that you're doing in Michigan and with your radio show through a girlfriend from Michigan. As you mentioned, Deb, I grew up in Saginaw, Michigan. Super grateful for that. I'm very grateful to be from a really small, kind of tight-knit community. I'm so grateful for the values and just the realness that I was raised in. And I went on from, growing up in Michigan, going to hair school, cosmetology school, getting licensed in Michigan, to become a celebrity makeup artist. Today, I've worked on New York Fashion Week. I've worked on the sets of movies. I've been hired privately by some of the top talent agencies in the United States to work on everyone from politicians to athletes to actresses, world leaders, you name it. But something really interesting has happened in just the course of the last year and a half. My husband and I started a company that really encourages and uplifts the everyday amazing woman, the fabulous full-time mom, if you would. And we teach celebrity makeup strategies to that girl who, looks at the magazines when she's at the supermarket and goes, gosh, I could never be that. I can never do that. That's just not fair. And it's possible. And we teach it to women so that they can feel amazing.
That's so much fun. I love that you're doing that. When women feel good about their makeup And I don't know, girls like makeup. We like makeup. We like to play in it. We like to see what we can do with it. And knowing what to do with it the right way just adds so much confidence and assuredness to ourselves. And I thank you so much for even coming up with that concept.
Absolutely. It's the stories that really push us and drive us. When we started this thing, it was really to educate the professional. So we started our company wanting to give an opportunity to like the cosmetologists that work in salons or like, the girls that wanted to be makeup artists or whatever. We started our company with that, and this overwhelming response came when we did like an international ad campaign. It wasn't so much the makeup artists that responded. Yeah, we've gotten amazing results with that, but overwhelming. Women just popped out of the woodwork going like, I don't want to be a makeup artist, but gosh, I wish I knew what to do with my own face. And we meet woman after woman after woman who has basically the story of my mom never taught me, or this seems overwhelming, or I wish I knew how to do a smoky eye. And so, that's what you do. You find out what the need is and you add value to the market. So the stories have been amazing. Even just recently, my gosh, we posted something in the last 24 hours. We had a girl who was formerly Amish. She stepped out of that culture, decided that she wanted to integrate into like using makeup and getting into fashion. And her story, oh my gosh, we had like so many shares and likes on that story because it's a heart issue. People want to feel like they can look like the cover of a magazine, and they want to feel like they can do it themselves. And it just brings me to tears. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I've noticed our mutual friend that introduced us, I noticed a difference in her from when she went to do you call them workshops?
Yeah, essentially you could call it a workshop. Yeah.
What do you call it? What do you call it though?
Sure. So we call it a makeup class. The one that she came to in Michigan was a glam party, meaning it's like the top secrets of the industry. And you learn for a day. You learn how to do your own makeup.
And I watched her blossom in a matter of a month. Just from
gosh.
Your class. So that was really fun watching that.
Yeah, that is one of my best girlfriends in the world. Her name is Heather. She's an entrepreneur. She's a business owner. She's a powerhouse. And I've known her since I was in high school. We went to high school together in Michigan. And it's so interesting to watch the girls that were like my close clique back in Michigan. They've all become business owners. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but I guess we all caught the entrepreneurial bug. But I agree. Heather has just, she's stepped up her standards. She's stepped up her game. And it's so cool to see because as a restaurant owner, she has an impact on everyone in the community that comes into her place of business. And if you just decide to walk around and, schlep around with the status quo, the messy bun, the no makeup, the excuse of, hey, life is hard and I'm too busy, and so not taking care of yourself, you're sending out a message whether you want to or not. So when Heather decided to, take care of herself and do her makeup and kind of step up the wardrobe game a little bit, I know a lot of people noticed, and it boosted her confidence. She's standing up taller. She's, more engaged and more engaging, and it's powerful. Powerful to watch that happen.
Yes, very much so. And, she closed down the restaurant. It's closed now.
I'm really hoping that that's not permanent. I really am.
Me too. And I don't want to spend too much time talking about that, but I don't know why, and I can't get in touch with her. So, Heather, if you happen to be listening today, please give me a call. I love her. She's been a very good friend of mine throughout the years, and I just want to know what's going on and what her next venture is. And I was hoping she'd show up today.
I won't speak on that, but I will say Heather's a powerhouse, and
right.
I'm wishing her all the success in the world. And I know this is not the final. So, yeah.
Good.
She's awesome.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say that. Thank you. Thank you for that little bit of encouragement. So anyway, it was really fun watching her grow into herself, and her confidence really just skyrocketed. And she was here one day on the show with me and talking about you, which is how we met. So I'm also grateful to her for that introduction. And I love your message. Tell me a little bit about, it's hard for somebody that grew up in Saginaw, Michigan, because a lot of people, when you're talking to your hometown crowd, have those blinders on and think that nothing's ever going to come of them, or they don't really put themselves out there, because how could it happen to anybody from Saginaw, Michigan? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, baloney.
That's right. So tell us where did you go to school?
Oh man, kind of jumped around. First, primary school was a little private Lutheran school called Bethlehem Lutheran in the city of Saginaw. It's kind of by Carlton. Graduated from Heritage High School. I have so much love and respect for the local community in Saginaw, specifically Saginaw and Bay City. In high school, man, if there's anyone listening that has a daughter, a granddaughter, or is in the position of being in high school, I would strongly say look into your options. Man, somebody came to my high school when I was in 10th grade, and they presented an opportunity to me. They said, we have something called the career complex or something like that.
Right.
And it was an opportunity where you can go to high school for your 3 or 4 hours in the morning to get your basics in, those things that you need to graduate high school. But then in the afternoon, you got to leave the high school, drive over to whatever your training was, and I elected to do cosmetology. So actually, the state of Michigan, through my high school and that program, they paid for the bulk of my cosmetology licensing.
Nice. And where did you go to school for that?
So I kind of split between Bayshire Beauty Academy, which is right there in Bay City.
That's right. 2 blocks from us.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I really highly, highly, highly love, and respect the owners of that place. You've got to keep in mind that, cosmetology school, their whole deal is they are there to help you pass the state boards. Mm-hmm. If you are a go-getter, you're going to know that it's not up to your cosmetology school to teach you everything. They're there to help you pass the boards. That's what they're there for. And then after that, going on from that, I would say, do kind of what I did. I got started in salons, and I was like the shadow to the owners of the salons. And I would pick up any little piece of tips or information, any little trick, any little toner deal you can do with a shampoo bowl, any cool hair cutting thing. That's the thing. Like, you don't go to cosmetology school and sit back and go, oh, gosh, they owe me something. They should just teach me everything. No, you go in there, you learn what you got to learn to get your cosmetology license, and you go and be a go-getter, which is what took me to L.A. There's a lot of things that are missing from the cosmetology education that you get in a traditional school. And then you go out and you decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to do hair? Do you want to do makeup? Do you want to do skincare? And you invest some time learning how to hone those crafts. So that's how I got into makeup. I actually looked into schools and what it would take for me to become a celebrity makeup artist, and then moved to LA. But yeah, went to Bayshire. Amazing place. Yeah,
so that's a really wonderful story to share with the local people, the local young women. I teach at Bayshire part-time.
Come on.
Yeah.
What do you do over there?
I teach customer service and retention and entrepreneurship.
Heck yeah, girl.
Yeah, and I love it. It's so much fun. And these girls are sitting there, and I could just picture you sitting there. And you just are learning all these techniques and things that you have to get so many points for this and so many points for that, and you have to get this done in order to sit for the state board and yada, yada, yada. And the days that I get to go in, it's different.